Fallout 4. Yeah, I can't see a damn thing. Hey, what's up, Vampire? How you doing? Right on time for everybody. Hello, James. How are you doing? Oh, wow. You can get notifications. That's nice. I'm doing all right. I finished filming my Yu-Gi-Oh! Retirement video maybe about 15 minutes ago. And I think after the mystery stream, if people want a mystery stream, because it's not much of a mystery stream, it's just going to be like a second part to Astrobot, because like I was surprised at like how many people showed up, and I was surprised. So I think I was gonna do like just one last stream of that, and then I was gonna move on to another game after that. But yeah. Well, welcome to the stream, Mayboom. So that's pretty much like the strategy for tonight. And I also, for those of you who saw my little video, I'm still having problems with this damn thing. So yeah, wish me luck. Surprisingly, I'm having fun with it. I think now I might. That's strange. It seems a little glitchy on my side, so I do apologize. I mean, it's a little better, but I don't know. No, I wouldn't say no. I still wouldn't do that. I still wouldn't give it Game of the Year. I still wouldn't. I hope this thing gets fixed, but I don't think it's a big deal. You guys can still hear me, but I think I'd give it like an 8. I give it like an 8. I don't see it going to a 9. I think 8's a good spot. After watching PlayStation Portable, thanks for giving me a heads up before spending. The funny thing is that you're not just spending 2. You're gonna end up spending like $250, because you have to remember tax. Like I got mine at GameStop, but because I was like a pro member, like they were able to drop down to like $220, and that's without the case. Like I'm gonna have to get a case for this, and I'm probably gonna get like a sticker. I don't know what. I'm trying to find like a Star Wars sticker. I've been just seeing like a lot of Spider-Man. I don't want to do that. So yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan right now. Yeah. You just got Final Fantasy VI on PlayStation 1 today? Awesome. That's as easily my favorite. It's one of the all-time greats, and that's my favorite NES game of all time. Also been playing Assassin's Creed today. 6 is better on the Switch. Well, maybe. I know that there's that little collector set that comes with the first 6 Final Fantasies. That's definitely something I'm going to pick up maybe later on this year. What's up, Commander Shepard? How are you doing? I'm doing all right. Hope you're doing well. And I will say this: I'm not sure how the videos are coming out with the 4K, but like with my Elgato Keylight here, I think I'm gonna end up getting. I think I just ordered a second one that I'm gonna put right here. I think if I bounce a little bit, it might be better, because sometimes even the natural light from the window here is sometimes not enough for the auto tracking. And I'm already working on getting a backup lens to for this one, so that's what I'm working on. Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster is cool, but expensive as hell. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But like I found it for like $60, so surprisingly. So, what would you do if you lived in a world with Astrobot? I would not do anything, because that's a scary world. I run into all kinds of crazy stuff so far. I'd be like, yeah, no, I don't know how I got here, but I want out. Yeah, not interested. Why do you hate DFP? Because it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist. There was no reason for that game to be made. You would only make something like that if the franchise was in a really bad spot, and it wasn't in a bad spot. They screwed up the characters. The story was ridiculous. They added elements that made no goddamn sense, and it shouldn't exist. Like, I'm telling you, the game that came out before that was Devil May Cry 4. I'm telling you, Devil May Cry 4 was a great game. My only complaint about the game is that it's easy, that you play the game going forward as Nero and backwards as Dante. You fight the exact same bosses, you go through the exact same puzzles. The problem is that it is a lot more fun playing as Dante, and a hell of a lot more challenging playing as Dante than Nero. When you play as Nero, the game is piss-ass easy. When you play as Dante, it's a bit more challenging and therefore a little bit more fun. But that's my only problem with Devil May Cry 4, and they fixed all those problems in Devil May Cry 5. So, yeah. I don't know why they made that, but it shouldn't exist. Original version or remastered? To be fair, I haven't had a chance to play the remastered version, so I think just by default I have to go with the original, because I still have that. So, yeah. Maybe if I get a chance to play the remastered version, I could say, but I only have the original. Maybe, what type of building would you have as your house other than a regular house or an apartment? I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't live in a building, personally. Too scared of heights. Do a video talking about... Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Do you want me to break my damn camera, my computer set? Do you want me to do that? Not happening. You finished Alan Wake 2 and fell in love with it. Well, I'm glad you did, because I'm still trying to figure what the hell exactly that game was about. Because I'm still confused. DMC Crate was a bad story, but good gameplay. I don't give a damn about gameplay. If your story's crap, I'm not gonna like it. Trust me, a game could have the worst damn controls, but if it got like a really good story, that's enough to get me through. Trust me, I've played games with bad controls. Damn right, story matters. Do it like you're... Nah, no, we're not... Yeah, no, I'm good, Commander. I want to stay positive this year. No need to go into any rants. No need. What's the most disappointing video game I've ever played? I don't know if it was the most disappointing, but I will say the one that easily comes off the top of my head is probably Force Unleashed 2. And that was a game that I actually went to. When I was in college. I actually went to the midnight releasing of that game and had a great time. It took me like 2 or 3 days to beat the first game. But when I went to the second, when I got the second game, I actually went to the midnight releasing, and this is how short it was. I went to the midnight releasing, got home at like 12:15, played the game nonstop, and I beat it like in 4 hours. I was like, why is this game so damn short? And it was easy. It's like, okay, you leave Camino, you find Coda, you take a pit stop at Dagobah, and then you go back to Camino, and the game's over. I was like, why the hell is this game so damn short? Like, it's crazy. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, gameplay-wise, it wasn't bad, but like, it was just way, way too short. So I would say that was a very, very disappointing game. Have I played Detroit Become Human? Yes, Killa, I have. I've streamed that. There's a walkthrough of me playing that. I think 2 walkthroughs of me playing that online on this channel. But yeah, I have Detroit Become. Funny thing. You know, funny thing. Nah, maybe I'll do it another time. I actually have a movie. Hang on. I might be able to show it. Yeah, that's it. This might be hard to see, but I actually have a Detroit Become Human movie style poster. This might be hard to see, but it's like... Yeah, I actually have that framed up. I think it's either in the closet or I think it's behind the Metal Gear Solid 3 poster. But I actually thought it was it was a really cool poster. But it's movie style, and I love it when games do that, when they have like a movie style poster, because that game was very cinematic. So yeah. If story matters, I'd rather watch the cutscenes. Yeah, I agree. top 5 favorite trips, it's mainly like Disneyland and Universal Studios. It goes back and forth. It just switches up on the year. And I thought maybe Hawaii in there. Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing? Take a shower can be comfortable and warm, making you not want to be over. Yeah, I agree. You know, the funny thing about showers, I'm curious, do you guys take showers or baths? Because I actually haven't, like, I openly have not taken a bath since middle school. Like, I've not taken a bath. I take showers. It's been so long since I've actually taken an actual bath. I just think, what would you do if you were in the world of Dune? Find a quiet planet and not do anything. You're surprised Korra's back? Well, you shouldn't, because I like Korra. What would you do? What did you think of Shaq Fu? I mean, I played it a little bit, and the controls are just too all over. They're. I mean, maybe they're not sensitive, but they're too extreme. Plus, it's a silly concept. I mean, Shaq Fu. But again, that was kind of at the popularity of Shaquille O'Neal back in the 90s. I would say that's when he was really at his most popular. I mean, you're talking about someone who actually begged his dad to go take him to see Kazam, and woo, was that an interesting drive home. Fun fact, the actor who plays Hank is the same guy that does the voice for Mr. Krabs. Yeah, I know. I know that. Do a discussion video talking about, I've done that. Talking about pure digital media, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what the whole next generation, like, pure digital gaming is problem. It's like, I like my physical media. What would you do if you were in the world of, no, I already did that one. What happened with Gundam live action Netflix series? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. I don't know what happened to it. For medical update, I am close to getting out of the hospital. Well, that's great, Zach. I'm glad you're getting better. Tifa or Renoa? Tifa hands down. Renoa's not even, she's not even a top 10. She's not even a top 10 to me. I always get the darkest thoughts when I'm in the showers. I'm not sure why, but okay. What do you think of Kane & Lynch 2? I actually have a copy of that, and it's a weird game. I don't know. Opening the game by running around Shanghai butt-ass naked, that's definitely that's definitely unusual. What is your favorite love story? Favorite love story? I don't know. I guess maybe Final Fantasy X. I think that has a pretty good love story that feels very genuine and not too forced. I'd say it's pretty good. Mortal Kombat 11 is really good. Yeah, I know it's really good. I had fun with it. I think it's a great Mortal Kombat game. I had more fun with Mortal Kombat 1. You know. I have Predator Infrared Vision as my ringtone and R2D2B2 as your text tone. Yeah, well, I've got the Kodak call for my ringtone, so yeah. Zach, still wonder what you think of my Matt suggestions. Trust me, I think everyone threw a number of ideas. I think I'm gonna keep quiet on a lot of them because there definitely were some matchups that were switched. They're already locked. Like someone came, I'm not gonna say who. But I'm surprised. Only one person followed my instructions and actually, like, went to one of my social media outlets and, like, sent me a private message. Like, one person. Like, everyone sent their ideas in the comments, and I appreciate that. But I would appreciate it even better if you make it private. And because, like, one person did it, he had such a great Devil May Cry idea that his idea is a lock. And I'm shocked that I didn't think of this idea. Like, because I was like, oh my god, how did I completely forget about that character? And if you put him against this character, that actually works. It's a great idea. So with just one message, one private message, he made a locked matchup. So now we're down to just one other locked matchup, one more open matchup that we're still working on, and that'll be cool. Do I still have my copy of? Wait a second. Yeah, I'm jumping all over the place. What do I? Oh. I think someone said that already. Who would win, Kratos or Shao Kahn? Oh, definitely Kratos. I think Kratos could definitely do it. Did you know the actor who voiced Hank also did the voice of Lex Luthor? Yes, and he's also plays the Kurgan in Highlander. Yeah, I know. And he also does the voice for Lex Luthor. So, yeah. Scorpion or Sub-Zero? Oh, definitely Scorpion. No question. Commander Shepard, what would you rather do? Play Kane and Lynch 2 or watch... Ooh, I would definitely play Kane and Lynch 2. Kane and Lynch 2 is not a bad game. It's just a weird game. I mean, I can play that. It's not awful. Commander Shepard, what would you do if Chris Nolan came up and asked me to watch The Dark Knight? Witch? What's that? What's The Dark Knight Witch? I don't know what that is. That kind of was that some sort of porn parody or something? Because I've seen that one and it was unusual. What's up, Winter Ghost? Welcome to the stream. Who would win between Doomslayer and T1000? You know what? I might give it to Doomslayer. I think his arsenal of weapons, especially the heat ones, might be enough to take down the T1000. But then again, if the T1000 can shapeshift, does Doomslayer have the ability to scan? That's the trick part. Like if T1000 ran into like another Doomslayer and he like changed into him, could he possibly trick close enough to get to the Doomslayer, or would Doomslayer sense it? You know, that's a good question. What's up, Jackie Boy? Welcome to the stream. Terminator 2 or Spider-Man 2? Oh, definitely Terminator 2. No question. Spider-Man 2 is good, but it ain't no Terminator 2. Commander Shepard, if you were in the... What? I swear, why do you ask me these questions about what being in these worlds? I don't want to be in any of these worlds. I'm telling you, there is not a single fictional world I can think of that I would want to live in, because it's far worse than our own world. Like, our world's bad enough, but these fictional worlds are worse. I think the only one that's close enough that I wouldn't mind living in is maybe the world of wizardry. Maybe Harry Potter's world. Maybe, but that's very close to our own in some sense. But any fictional world, like, it's nice to like visit for a little bit, but I would never want to live there. I can't think of one world I would want to live in other than my own. I get tired of contact via Instagram, but it wouldn't work for some reason. I am. Well, sorry about that. Do you still have your copy of Kingdom Hearts? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Maya Boom, do you feel Call of Duty needs to finally be abandoned and have a new, different franchise to rise? Perhaps. I haven't played a Call of Duty game in quite some time. I think the last one I played was like the remake Modern Warfare 2, but I maybe the third one, but that was... I didn't even finish the third one. I know I played through Modern Warfare 3, but I didn't finish it. Like, I haven't really enjoyed Call of Duty for a really long time. Next question, Zach Tarp. So, Brian, you think Jack has the experience edge? I'm not going to talk about matchups. I'm not going to talk about what I think. I'm going to save that for when the video comes out. But, because I haven't done research on it yet. So, I don't want to discuss matchups until it's actually time. I want to save my thoughts for when I actually do it. Comic Gamer 360. Do you think Keanu Reeves will be a great Colossus? Wait, what? No, he would not be a great Colossus. No, he's not big enough. And they would just CGI Colossus anyway, like they did in the Deadpool films. Commander Shepard, I said, what if Christopher Nolan came up and asked to watch The Dark Knight with you? Okay, sure, fine. Okay. Where? What? Here? My place? Your place? What? Sure. You want to watch Dark Knight? Okay, that's cool. I'd be all right. That's fine. I mean, I wouldn't freak out about it. I would just be weird. Like, why the hell is Christopher Nolan in my house? And shouldn't he be working on his next film? Have you ever been to Greece? No, I have not. But to be fair, I don't think it's really one of the places I would ever want to visit. To be fair. Vampire, I would like to live in Resident Evil 4 and just not go to Spain. Well, there's a lot of worse other places in the world where, you know, BOWs would show up, so I'd be careful there. Zach Tarp, so Biotics or the Force? Wait a second. So Biotics or Force? I wonder if they are even in power. No, I think Biotics I think you can do a lot more with the Force. I think Biotics has limitations. I think the Force is a hell of a lot more flexible. And the fact that there's different like aspects to it, I think gives it more flexibility. Like if I could choose to be a Biotic or a Force user, definitely be a Force user. There's a lot more you could do with it. The Friday the 13th servers are down. Oh, that sucks. I recommended a heated jacket. Give me a hint on the mystery game. Well, it's not really a mystery game. I'm just gonna play Astrobot one last time or stream it because, like, I'm telling you, like, a lot of people came in to see it. Like, I think more people showed up to that stream than probably any stream I've ever done. And even after the stream was done, like, a lot of people saw it. Like, I think to this day, it's probably my most watched live stream ever. So I'm gonna do just one more play of that. I'm a little bit further in the game, and then it'll be a different game next week. I promise. Have I seen Lilo and Stitch? Yes, I have seen Lilo and Stitch. And I have no intention on seeing that stupid live action version. Comic Gamer 360. Do you think Margot Robbie is a great Harley Quinn, except the first and second films? She is very polluted. I think she was fine for that interpretation of Harley Quinn. I don't think there's any one way to play that character the right or wrong way. She just added her own variation of it, and I think it worked for the atmosphere that they placed that version in. So I thought she was fine. Should I play Resident Evil 4 original or remake? Definitely original. Stay away from the remake. You'll thank me later. Commander Sheen Shepard, do you think Starkiller would kill Venom's ass in a fight? Probably not. No, I'd put my money on Venom. I think Venom's got a little bit fewer advantages. Also, you got yourself an N64. Well, that's great. It's easily one of the best Nintendo systems of all time. May Boom, you want to know if you could, would you have a wait, what the hell? If you could, would you have any artillery of your own, like a tank, jet fighter, or cannon, etc.? No. What the hell am I gonna do with a tank? Where am I gonna keep a jet fighter or a cannon? What the hell would I do with that? Dude, a jet fighter? A jet fighter is bigger than the place I'm living in right now. What's your problem with Rise of Ronin? It was a Souls game. Like, I realized it was a Souls game within the first 30 minutes. I was like, oh my god, it's a Souls game. And I was like, oh, we can't play this. We don't do Souls types games. I think the only Souls game that we accept is probably Star Wars. But yeah. That may have been a record. Like, that's why I didn't even review it. I was like, oh my god, 30 minutes in, we can't play this game. And it was sad because that was my most anticipated game of the year. And within 30 minutes, it's like, yeah, we can't play this. You pre-ordered Assassin's Creed Shadows from Target? Yeah, well, I pre-ordered my copy from GameStop so I get the collector's edition, so gotta wait another month to pick it up. Or I think it might have gotten pushed back, maybe. Dark of the Moon should have been the end of Michael Bay's Transformers films. Even Bay himself wanted that. Yeah, I agree. What would you do if Sony announced... Oh, no. No. I think I'd have I think I would have a heart attack. Like, literally. I think I would have a heart attack. That's even worse. What's your issue with Soul games? I think they're just frustrated. I just don't have the patience for the frustration. I've seen people freak the hell out, and I just can't afford to start breaking my shit. At least with Star Wars, it's got a good enough story. Like Elden Ring, like I took one look at that game, I was like, yeah, we can't touch that. We tried playing Bloodborne, same thing happened. Within 30 minutes, I was like, oh, we can't play this game. And I think there was like another game that was like Lords of Shadows or something. It wasn't Lord of the Rings, it was like Shadow of something that I was really looking forward to playing. And it was the same thing. I was like, we start playing this within like an hour. I was like, oh no, we can't play this game. Damn, another Souls type game got me. Yeah. Enjoy Call of Duty World War II? Absolutely. World at War is like my second favorite Call of Duty game of all time, and you know I think Big Red 1 is like number 5 on my list. Commander Shepard, would you kick their asses with the Blade of Chaos? I don't know who you're talking about. Vamp. Would a remake of it would probably give me a heart attack. But I'm like, why would you even want to touch that game? Like why not touch? Like, if you're gonna remake shit, Why not you tackle like the Final Fantasy games that need it? Like remake the first 6 Final Fantasies. Like take the 8-bit games. Why? Like I think they went after 7 first because they'd been teasing a remake of 7 since the PlayStation 3. So like they finally did it. But like I have not heard a single person throw out or entertain the idea of them wanting to remake 8 or 9 or 10. I have not. I've heard people say they want a sequel to like 10-2 and make like a 10-3 because there was actually like a little bit of there was a tease of that. But I have never heard anyone say they want a remake of those Final Fantasy games. If you want to remake something, remake the first 6 games first. Then come talk to me. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You got what I said before. I mean, Captain America Civil War half a dozen times as much. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I've not. No, I've not seen a Captain America Civil War a dozen times. I've seen that movie once. I've seen that. I saw that movie once in theaters. Didn't need to watch it ever again. You know, funny, Killa, I actually still have not seen Wall-E. I have not seen that movie. I hate Resident Evil remake because it shouldn't exist. It was a perfect game. Once you start changing things, then like it's no longer a great game to me. Like I'm telling you that, like I've said this 100 times. The fundamental difference between a 9.5 and a 10 is a 10 never needs to change. Like literally, don't change anything. Don't change its aesthetic. Don't improve its gameplay. Don't change its visuals. Don't change its story. Don't change even the bad voice acting. Like even the flaws in a 10 out of 10 game, I want them to stay there. I don't want you to fix it. Once you start changing shit, then the game comes down. And I'm telling you, like as these remakes were going through, the scores would have gotten lower. Like I think I gave Resident Evil 2 remake an 8. 3 was like a 7. Just from playing the demo and seeing how much they butchered the story of 4, I swear to you, had I played that game, that would have been a 3. And it easily would have been like one of the worst, it would have been one of the top 10 worst video games I've ever played. But I know that because people like it so much, they would like think I was some hypocrite. Like 10 out of 10s don't ever need to be improved or updated. Like that's why I'm avoiding Metal Gear Delta. Like I know people are gonna play it, they like it, but like the reason there's a reason why that's my favorite video game of all time. In the condition that it's in. I don't need to see it have its gameplay improved. I don't need to see its visuals improved. I don't need to see it on the new engine. Don't need it. It's perfectly fine the way it is in its 2004 form. Leave it alone. Now I know that people want it and that's fine and you'll have fun with it, but like I'm gonna stay away from it. Do you think the New Mutants is? Oh God, no, no. Let's stay away from that. I heard a rumor we're remaking 9 as well, but it's probably fake. Yeah, it probably is. But heck, I'm not a fan of 9 anyway, so I wouldn't care if they did. What was so creative about the linear nature of Final Fantasy X? Okay, here's the thing about the linear nature. I think the way it was still very expansive. It wasn't very linear. It just made it so that it was on a journey and you didn't get lost. The universal challenge that Final Fantasies 1 through 9 had was that they had this big open map and you essentially had to find out where to go. By keeping on this linear path and even having little forks in the road that expand, it kept you on a focused path, but you could always go back and visit older locations and see how the world changed. Like, go through a major event and then go back to a city you're located and see how the locals are reacting. Like, after a specific event, fly back to Besaid and see how the locals are doing. That is what's interesting, is that even on a somewhat linear path, the world around you was constantly changing after significant events. And that wasn't linear. That was always cool. And there were always all kinds of really secret locations that you could fly to once you got your airship. There was like a lot to do. So yeah. Now, when you ventured into like Final Destination 13, that type of linearization is bad. Because you could never go back. It was always going forward. And there were so many limitations that just made the game not fun. So like that style of like the linear pathway of exploration was always perfectly fine with me. Which one do I think is worse? FF7. I didn't play. I didn't play either one. I didn't play either one. I'm not touching either one of those games, so I can't say. I was saying that while I'm a hospital, FX saw a dozen times. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you had fun with it. Resident Evil 1 remake is the best remake out of the others. I wouldn't know. I never played it. It's sad to see what happened to the legacy of the original Resident Evil 4. Yeah, I know. I feel bad too. Is Separate Ways worth playing after playing through Leon's Path? Yeah, I'd say it was worth it. I enjoyed it. If you played Final Fantasy VII, what rating would I give it? That would be a 9, easily. And I'm pretty sure I did review that. That's like one of my earliest game reviews. I gave the game a 9, and it still holds the title of being the single most important video game I've ever played. Which is why I refuse to play these bullshit remakes, because I'm telling you, I touched that controller with that game. It's gonna dethrone Damnation 13, and I can't live in a world where the original is the most important video game I've ever played, and yet its remake is the worst video game I've ever played. Like right now, it's got the title of being like the worst video game I'll never play. And that's a weird paradox, because 7 and 10 are like the two greatest games I've ever played, and like 13 and Remake 7 are like the worst video games, and they're all in the same franchise. It's such a weird paradox. Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite game of all time because I like this because of the story. It's always the story. It has always been the story. With Final Fantasy X being a very, very close second. Like, I would say if you were to pit 10 and Metal Gear Solid 3, like a boxing match, like, Metal Gear Solid would edge it out by like 1 point. Like, it's close, but there's a couple of things in 7 that I would definitely give the advantage to over 10. Resident Evil 4 is your favorite video game of all time. You don't want a remake? Yeah, I know. Rebirth was much better than Remake. Heck, I don't know. I didn't play it. Don't want to play it. Any PlayStation 2 games or Xbox games you think need to be remade? Absolutely not. Well, I take that back. I think Max Payne's 1 and 2, I think those remakes will be good. I'm looking forward to those. Is Arkham Asylum open world? I would say it is, kind of. You can explore the island a lot. It's a pretty big island. You gotta go? Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, Marcus. You think an X-Men and... Oh, no. I would not want to see an X-Men and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover. No thanks. Joe, question. You think Square Enix was on crack? Yes, I think it was on crack. I always loved Sonic 2 and 3 movies. Well, I thought Sonic 2 was great, and I had fun with 3. I didn't love 3, but heck, I had fun with 3. I mean, what would you give Final Fantasy VII Remake if I played it? If I played it, I wouldn't. It doesn't deserve a number. It would not deserve a number. How is 13 worse? You don't want me to answer that question. You guys are starting to really poke at some very, very personal topics, and it's gonna take me to a really bad place. And I think some people know when it's time to back off. It's not pretty. Let's move on. And then there's 9, which is most forgettable. It is the most forgettable game. I mean, I can't think of another game that I've played 3 times to do research, and the minute I was done with the game, I completely forgot everything about it. Like, I've stated this before. Like, when I go back and when I rewatch my, like, Beatrix and Zidane fights, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Like, I wrote the script, I did the research, and I don't even understand what I'm talking about. What I am saying does not make sense to me. But apparently it made sense to me at the time I recorded and did those scripts. But just going back, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, that's how confusing 9 is. Would you have any reptiles as pets? Maybe an iguana. I think iguanas would be nice. Killua, you are not the only one who hates Final Damnation 13. There are many people. I know there's a lot of people that still hate it. Which is why it's like, I think anyone who likes it needs to get their fucking head examined and get a CAT scan. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're all, tuned to our opinions, but, it's just like, keep that shit to yourself. I hope Assassin's Creed Shadow is a hit. I think so too. I hope it's a good, I just want a good game. I just want a good game. I have not had a fun time playing an Assassin's Creed game since Odyssey. But I probably should say Origins, because I played Odyssey first, then I went back and played Origins, and those two were great games. But like, I think Shadow will have like one style of gameplay similar to like the older ones, and then I think playing as a ninja, it'll be like more traditional old school style. So to add both those styles in one game with two different characters, I think it's gonna be great. And I don't care about the story. I don't care about being historically accurate. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just want a good game. That's all I care about. That's all I want. All this woke talk and all this DEI bullshit, I don't care about anything. Just give me a good game. That's all I want. They're remaking Max Payne 1 and 2? Yes. Rockstar announced that like 6 months ago. Why is Arkham Knight so underrated? I don't know why it's underrated. I thought it was a good game. I just think a lot of people complained because you spent so much time driving the Batmobile, which I thought was fine. Terminator 2 Director's Cut has a better ending. I gotta disagree with you on that. Yeah, I don't like the Director's Cut ending. It's because you got betrayed. Yeah. Let's move on, man. I enjoyed Wolfenstein. Will I enjoy RoboCop? Yes, RoboCop was great. Yes, I agree. Not everyone will have great. Not everyone will have the same experience. I personally hate certain games. I know that there's people out there that love certain games that I personally hate, and that's perfectly fine. Ever played Cameo Elements of Power? Maybe. That does sound familiar. Revenge of the Sith is still great. Absolutely. You heard people call Final Fantasy 15 the worst? Well, that's their opinion. I didn't think it was bad. It was kind of a little bit confusing, but there was like so much media out there that it was easily one of the most expensive Final Fantasy games I played in terms of plot wise. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had fun with Final Fantasy 15. I actually, yeah, I think he's around here somewhere. Yeah, I think he might be in the. Yeah, I actually went out of my way and actually bought the collector's edition, which you could only get if you pre-order it directly from Square Enix's website. And I think that's like maybe 1 or 2 times I've ever actually done that. I don't think Versus 13 will be revived. How's Wolfenstein in today's standards of first-person shooter? I think avoid Youngblood. Play the 2 prior ones and you'll have a good time. But stay away from Youngblood. Not a good game. What do I think of Robert Downey Jr. came to you and asked, watch Wonder Woman? I'd ask, number one, why the hell are you in my house and go fuck yourself? I think you're a great actor, but I think I need you to leave. 15 is honestly one of my favorite Final Fantasy games ever played. That's fine. I thought 15 was a great game. I wouldn't say it's top 5, but I think it was still a great game. What is Final Fantasy Versus 13? Versus 13 was like, it was a weird project. It was at a weird time where they were doing like 3 different projects at once. It's hard to explain. Was gameplay bad? No, it wasn't the gameplay, it was the story. That was awful. Have I seen Batman: The Killing Joke? Yes, I have. Why do I hate Wonder Woman? We don't have enough time to go into why I hate Wonder Woman. We don't got enough time. I'm just glad that I'm all caught up and we have 20 minutes left. So man, I wonder if you could have a. No, we don't do comic book characters. That's can't do comic book characters. I don't know them long enough, and their histories are way too expansive. I wouldn't be able to do them. Talk to Death Battle. They're better at that than I am. Do I like fan fictions? I think it depends on the franchise. I think it depends. How was 2024 as a year for me? I think it was. It had its ups and downs, but I would say overall it was a good year. In all departments, apart from work. Like I went on a lot of trips, had a lot of time, made a lot of great memories. Had a lot of success on YouTube, far more than I was expecting. I would say overall, it was a lot better than 2023. I'll say that much. So, I would say it was a good year. Yeah, I'd say it was a good year. Do I like Ricky Martin? I can't say I'm a fan of his, to be fair. So, favorite Men in Black movie? That would be easily the first one. Easily, no question. Which 2000s year was the best for you? I don't know. I'd have to look at the analytics. I don't know off the top of my head. Have I seen Training Day? Yes, I have, with Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. Yes, I have. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I remember you said you were going to see that special someone again for their birthday. Uh, Not this year. Something came up. So I don't know. Maybe we'll plan it another year, which is fine. Stuff happens. Favorite character from Toy Story? Favorite character from Toy Story? Probably Rex. I like Rex a lot. Plus, he's green, so that's a plus. What would you say is the best adaptation of Bane? Movies, game, and show. Best adaptation of Bane? I'd probably say the show. Movies, I think the best version is Tom Hardy, but that one's a little too limited without the Venom. Games, a little over the top in the Arkham universe, and that's really the best version we have of him. So I would probably say shows is probably the best one. You saw Too Fast, Too Furious movies. Well, I hope you had a good time with it. Batman Returns is a good movie. Did I like it? I think Batman Returns is okay. It's a lot more wacky than Batman. And I could see why parents weren't happy with it. Definitely a lot more sexual themes than I think some parents were anticipating. Favorite Marvel hero? Spider-Man, obviously. Do I have a favorite Mr. Freeze pun? I think what killed the dinosaurs, the Ice Age. I think that's a good one. That one always gets a chuckle out of me. How did Transformers 2 kill Michael Jackson? Well, I'll tell you. Michael Jackson must have seen that movie on the drive home to his house, and he felt so bad at how awful it was, he asked Mr. Dr. Murray to give him an extra dose of that drug, and he never woke up and suffered cardiac arrest. That's how Transformers 2 killed Michael Jackson. And I strongly believe that. I'm sure he could have gotten an early copy, knowing him. Transformers 1 was great. It's not for 5-year-olds. Was Batman Returns a hit? I think it was a hit. It just wasn't as big of a hit as the first film. Plus, it had some negative responses due to parents, which is why they went to Joel Schumacher afterwards, and he made Batman Forever. And that was much more successful, both financially and it went more cartoony. But to be fair, Batman Forever was like the 5th highest grossing film of that year. And that was the movie that made me a Batman fan. So I got no complaints. I'll always defend that film. And I think they go a lot more in depth with the Bruce Wayne character with Val Kilmer than they ever did with Michael Keaton. Like with the Michael Keaton films, it was always more about the villains. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Favorite show? Maybe South Park. I didn't like the Terminator 2 director's ending because it was a happy ending. And I guess that's fine, but just like the ending of them just driving on the Black Road, I thought that was good enough. Do I own the Force Unleashed 2? I think the Force Unleashed 2. Yes, I do. I said I went to a midnight releasing of it, and I have the collector's edition for that game. So, yeah. Which later Michael Jackson song from his last few albums of him are my favorites? So, You're talking about either Michael, which is kind of controversial because a lot of those songs wasn't even him. Escape, which is just a mixture of some of his older songs he didn't use back in the 80s. And Invincible, I would say Invincible's got like a lot of great songs, you know. Heaven Can Wait, Butterflies, Rock My World, Threatened. Songs like those are some really good Michael Jackson songs that you don't hear a lot of people talk about. I think Revenge of the Fallen is the least better than Last Night. Why did you go off so hard in Movie 43 rant? Because I didn't know what the hell I was walking into. Favorite book? It's a good one. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that one. Michelle Pfeiffer was a great Catwoman. Indeed she was. Do a top 5 favorite top TV shows? Maybe one day. Do I like South Park? Yes, I do. Do you own Transformers 2? No. My favorite Michael Jackson song is probably Earth Song. Yeah, that's a great song. Do you the song 2000 Watts where he uses his real voice? Yeah, I know. That was I think that's like the one song where he uses his deep voice. And it's just like, yeah, Michael Jackson's voice was deep as shit. Like you watch a live performance of him singing In the Closet, and that deep section is like, whoa. Like, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like I don't know. I was aware that he spoke like that to kind of save his voice for when he was performing, but why he kept using it in his later years, I don't know why. But yeah, we've not really had a chance to actually hear him use it in a normal conversation. I wish we had. Like I feel like Michael had a lot more attitude than he wanted people to believe. Like I heard that story where he knocked out Tupac Shakur because he like told him to go like F off or something, and I think that's very true. I was like, Michael grew up with 5 other brothers. Like, you're gonna be taught how to fight, and as abusive as his father was, he would have taught his sons how to defend themselves. So I very much believe Michael Jackson knew how to fight. You don't grow up with that many siblings and not know how to fight. That's gonna be like programmed into your DNA. I just don't think he was given many opportunities to show how much of a badass he could really be. Peacemaker is the highlight of Suicide Squad. He was definitely probably one of my favorite parts about that film. Have I read Lord of the Rings books? Yes, I have. I have read the books. I associate Smooth Criminal with Mafia Society. Well, you could also say that about, Bad's Blue Gangster and his song Al Capone and, songs like that. So you think Captain America should be able to face a tyrant type BOW? No. What's up with Michael Johnson's mousy voice? That's just how he talked. Moonwalker was a weird movie. What? Here's the thing. I don't think that was a movie. That was like a weird collection of like clips. I'm not sure that was a movie. There was no plot. There was no plot. I mean, I think the closest you had was maybe Smooth Criminal, which I think was like a 20-minute like extended film, which was weird. So I'm not sure Moonwalker can be called a movie. What kind of question is, do I like Batman? What kind of question is that? You hated the villain? I don't even know who that guy was. I know he was played by Joe Pesci, but like, who was he? I think he was called like Mr. Big or something, and he wanted like kids on drugs. I was like, really? Like, that's the villain? I mean, come on, man. Favorite weapon that Blade used from the trilogy from Wesley Snipes? Probably his sword. Did Michael Jackson further bleach his skin? I believe that was the case. Moonwalker wasn't a movie, it was an acid trip. Yeah, I guess some parts would be. I did like the Genesis game. Oh yeah, I've played the Genesis game and the arcade cabinet. Both are great. I had a lot of fun with those games. I heard there was like a version of Moonwalker on Genesis. There's like it wasn't in every cartridge, but apparently there's like a version. There's select versions of the cartridges that actually have the Thriller theme on there. Because if you go to the Zombie Land, like you're surprised that it's not playing Thriller. But apparently there may be some copies where it actually did come with that on there in the soundtrack. But yeah. Have I seen Breaking Bad? I've seen a few episodes, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Breaking Bad. It's hard to believe that Casino Royale 2006 came out almost 20 years ago. No, it's not hard to believe. I mean, trust me, time goes by fast. Like, you'd be surprised. And we got 9 more minutes before the stream ends, before we jump into the Astro. So the live-action Clone Wars flashback. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I'm not sure they would ever push for like an entire show about it, but like the clip they did, I thought was pretty cool. Who thought it was a good idea to play Another Part of Me during the Thriller level? I just said that! I literally just said that! Yugi or Kaiba? Wait, who do I like more, or who do I think is a better duelist? Because I'm a Kaiba fan, but I acknowledge Yugi's probably better. Or do you mean a Tem? But like, you know. And Ahsoka, you liked them? Yeah, I thought I liked them. It was like one of the few things I thought were any good. Do you like Channing Tatum as Gambit in Deadpool? I thought he was fine. You love Denzel Washington's accent. I'm not aware he has an accent. I'm aware that's just his voice. Have you ever watched the Clone Wars TV series? Yes, I have. Mayboom, I hate retirement because it's like saying you're no longer capable. I don't think it's not saying you're capable. It's just that you've worked your whole life and now you want to spend your last few years relaxing. That's how I see retirement. But heck, a lot of people don't live that long to retirement. And we still got about 7 more minutes. What cartoon character do I hate the most? I can't think of any cartoon character I hate the most, like not off the top of my head. Considering Halo 3 is the best Xbox exclusive, yeah, I would say so. I think it's the best Halo game. And, you know, the best games on Xbox are all Halo games, so kind of by default, Halo 3 would be the best. Favorite game military uniform? I don't have one. Have I seen Shadow's gameplay? What do you mean? What do you mean Shadow's gameplay? What are you talking about? I don't play Sonic games. I haven't played a Sonic game in like over 20 years. Maybe almost longer. So buddy, I know nothing about Shadow. I know nothing apart from what I saw in that movie and what Death Battle told me. Have I ever... What? Have I played Shadow of the Colossus? Dude, I've done like 4 walkthroughs of that game on my channel. Like, 4 of those. Of course I know Shadow of the Colossus. Oh, you're talking about Assassin's Creed. Yeah, you need to be specific. Don't just say Shadows. Thoughts on Halo Reach? Well, I beat it, finally, and I thought it was great. Halo or Mass Effect? I go definitely Mass Effect. I think Mass Effect's better. I think Rain's breakdown of that matchup, I thought it was just fine. I got no counter arguments to what he said. Do you have a celebrity crush in movies or shows? No. Because celebrities are never as interesting as friends. I'm more interested in people who know I exist. So I don't view celebrities like that. I can't. I mean, would it be nice? But it's just like you would think that, but like for you, it would be like a special moment. For them, they're just gonna completely forget about you like 2 minutes later. And like when I meet people, I tend to like to leave a lasting impression or make some sort of connection. Best Mass Effect game is easily the second one. Ever played Wild 9? I've never heard of Wild 9. I mean, what you saw. I mean, with what you saw from the Spartan. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Never meet your heroes. Yeah, I agree with that statement. although to be fair, I did meet the people who inspired. I mean, I did meet the person who inspired me to start YouTube, and she's like one of my longest, dearest friends. So I guess it worked out in that sense. And Haley, do you think they would be dangerous as Mass Effect? Maybe. Played The Last of Us? Yes, I have. PC or PlayStation? PlayStation, no question. Not into PC gaming, really. Would you like to meet Linkin Park before 2004? Sure, I'd like to meet Linkin Park in 2005. Not whatever the hell it is now. Favorite movie spoof? Probably Scary Movie 2, I would say. Alright, we got a few more minutes left. Well, since it's gone quiet, I think I'll cut the stream here and then I'll jump right onto Astrobot in a few minutes. So, yeah, this was fun. If you buy a PlayStation 3, I would get X-Men Wolverines or X-Men Origins. I have Wolverine Origins. I have that. It's a great game. But yeah. All right, time to jump into the game stream. I'm curious how many people are going to show up. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 is epic. All right, well, thanks for making this stream fun. I'm now going to jump onto Astrobot and play that for the next hour. I'm curious to see how many people will join me in that stream. So, again, I want to thank all of you guys for making this live stream funny. So, I'll either see you next Wednesday at the same time, or hopefully I will see you in a few minutes when I continue to find a few more little bots and Astrobots. So, like always, thank you guys for watching, and heck, I'll see you guys later, or I'll see some of you guys in a few moments. So, see ya.